All right! Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Legend of Heroes Trails to Ghostitos 2. Last time we fucking liberated Trista! We actually did it! You guys! I fucking did it! Oh my god, it is so good to be back. Woo! And now it's time to finally look at our old town and relax for a day before we're headed to the Imperial Villa to rescue the Imperial family. Oh my god, this is amazing! Hello, Skywraith. It is also date night, where we get to go out with our love interest. And I also got to meet Gambler Jack too. Thank you so much for liberating Trista from the Alliance's control. It was awful. I wish I could do more to thank you. All I have to offer is this new recipe I just been. Oh my god! I should have talked to you before I finished the last stream. It would make me happy if you shared this with your fellow classmates, though. Ah, there it is. Fucking hell, and all I have is fucking Rean.
Okay, let's give this a try. Wow, people can actually eat this.
Okay, so I'm good with ingredients.
Okay, let's give this a try. Wow, people... Okay, let's give this a try.
Rean, you're too good at making this. No!
Wow, people...
Oh my god, Rean is too good at making this. Fuck me. Ugh. Hello, Mirage. Hello, Doris. Hello, Skywraith. Welcome to the stream. Here it is, our old dorm. This is where I first started cooking for myself and where Klein used to give me advice until late into the night. I've made a lot of memories here. To be honest, seeing it again is kind of choking me up.
It's hard to believe how hard this nostalgia's hitting me. I mean, we've only been gone for 2 months. It's a real shame this war stole away so much of the time we could have spent here. Well, what can you do? It's almost over now anyway, but the war and my part in it.
Huh? Did you say something?
Nah, just ignore me.
I'm so glad to see that everyone is doing all right. I've been so worried about them. I'm so happy. Oh, thank you, Adios. Ah, and here's all the kids. That big night thing is super cool. It totally is. She come check it out with us, Rosine. The second she comes back, he starts falling over her all over again. Still, Legacy has been worried about it for months. I'll let him off this time. Guess what? I helped out in the shopping district here too. Only because Tarzan and I asked. Still, I'm very proud of all of you for being such hard workers while I was away. I can't believe this day's finally come. Thank you, Adios. We're so happy to finally have you home, Rosine. Heard something terrible happened in Celtic. You're not hurt, are you? I'm just fine, honestly. Even better after seeing that all of you are safe. Hello, Hakon. Welcome to the stream. Yup. I looked out for one another and made sure nobody did anything too dangerous. I'm really worried about the students who disappeared, though. I'm so glad you're all okay. Please don't cry. It'll make me all sniffly too. I was so relieved to see that Rosine was all right after all. I heard she was trying to do what she could for the people of Celtic after the tragedy occurred there too. I was deeply moved when I first found out. She's the very model of a perfect sister. That's wonderful, Hakon.
It's wonderful to hear the joyous sounds of people reunited with old friends and rejoicing in their safety. The shadow of war still looms heavily over us, and the sadness it brought us will never truly be forgotten. But there's no harm in celebrating our current happiness, so let us do just that. Here I am, back at Thor's and playing the violin. I didn't think it could happen. After all we've been through, everything we've done, getting back here all makes it feel worth it. I know I'll be playing my part to make this night amazing. I've got high hopes.
Hey, Rean. Having fun?
Sure am. What are you doing playing here, Elliot? Isn't there a mass or something starting soon?
Believe it or not, Father Paolo gave the Wind Orchestra permission to play here today. Mint and Bridget should be here as soon as they've taken care of some other stuff.
Sounds like fun. I'll have to stop by and listen if I get the chance.
Please do. Hey, Rean. Check out the dorm. Is it...
That's an idea, but I can't.
No worries, just an idea. Change your mind, let me know. God damn it. Oh, it's so... I hate doing that so much.
Oh, I could probably fish here.
Probably.
Have you been okay, Kenny?
Sure have. I got a really rare fish over in the Norte province. Here, I'll show you.
Yay, I want to see.
There's nothing like fishing after sunset. Remember our competition right here, the one where we both tried to catch the Guardian? Good memories. Yeah, that was a blast. Feels like a lifetime ago at this point.
Wait, where was Laura? What?
There are all kinds of new fish in here now, too. You to join me and see what you can catch?
Oh, I could probably fish here.
Oh my god. Oh my god, make up your fucking mind! It's not even on turbo! Jesus Christ.
Whoa, this is a big one.
Noble crap! Oh my god.
This is a big one.
Oh, Laura, but I talked to Laura, didn't I, right? Yellow pendulum, yeah. Okay, good. I thought I skipped it for a second.
Not bad.
For a second. So is fishing gonna change in Cold Steel 3?
This is a big one.
Like, is it a completely different minigame? It will? Ah, okay.
Not what I had in mind.
But it's similar? Oh, okay. Let's see how much fishing points I have. Only 140. God damn it. Hello, Tachi. Welcome to the stream.
For fishing.
Oh, we can actually go in here. It'll change again in Daybreak 2. Not Daybreak 1? That is weird. What?
It's nice to be able to relax and enjoy a drink like this after all this time. I'm so sorry for all the trouble I've caused you, Melissa.
Oh, don't apologize. You must have been through more than enough. I just hope this is the first step back towards our normal everyday lives.
So do I. So do I.
Oh, Daybreak 1 has no fishing. I see. I see. It's okay. It's okay. So it's like Sky 1 in that regard. I see. Yep, series is ruined now that I know what's happening with fishing. Keenest Bookstore.
Hey there, we're hoping until late tonight so you can hop by and shop to your heart's content.
Honestly, I would just play a whole nother... Can I say? I would play a whole nother year of fucking Rean going to school and going with wacky adventures with his friends all around Erebonia. Seriously, I would just play that. Like, honestly... Like, absolutely honestly, and just spending time in Trista otherwise, I literally would just play that. I love Trista so much.
It's so much easier doing business now that the alliance is out of our hair. They needed paperwork for everything. But we managed to hang in there thanks to no small part to Kay of all people helping out. Never would have thought that I'd say that before the war. I guess he'd grown up a bit.
Ah! Alright, we got all the Imperial Chronicles. Oh, the body book! Ah, yes. We can exchange all three now for something. Nice.
Oh man, you were back! After all that turmoil, it's nice to have life back normally here after so long. I miss being able to go on these walks of mine. And we're very relaxing and enjoyable with the alliance around.
We're never going in there. God damn it. Ow.
How did I know I'd find you here? Joyous towns such as this give off a sweet call for traveling musicians of my elegant caliber. Please, I insist, allow me to volunteer my music to make this a night to remember. As much as I hate to admit it, things do feel a little more high-spirited with him around.
You and Alan have really gotten stronger since I was away.
Looks like the war provided you both with ample training opportunities.
Pretty sure you could probably still wipe the floor with both of us at once, though. And to be fair, Patrick's gotten a little tougher and a little less of an asshole, too. Just a little.
You know, Loggins. There's no harm in giving someone an honest compliment once in a while.
Patrick was a real piece of shit when I first met him. But he's done a little better since then. Kinda, maybe, sorta. Still, looks like we'll be able to leave the club in decent hands now, at least.
I have to admit I'm still rather upset over losing to your class. But, oh well. Today's your day in the sun. I suppose I can let it slide this once. Would y'all like something more to drink? Free charge, of course, and courtesy of the merchants of Trista. Today's celebrations, that's all the more reason to make sure you don't catch a cold. It's really cold out tonight, so we're out here giving hot drinks to anyone who wants to warm up. So good to have everyone back. I've really been seeing all of you. Sorry. I was crying with stuff like this. I get so emotional at these things. Same. Same. Oh, we can go in the radio station. Voices can be heard from the other side of the glass.
Alright, that does it for the script. Still, we're doing this thing live. We're doing it live! Discuss and record need to be ready for anything.
Right. We're all ready to go here, too. If you don't mind me asking, how close to the action are we gonna get?
What do you think? As close as we can.
He's really fired up in there. I guess hope he doesn't do anything too risky. Oh, hello. Really glad you were able to take this town back from the Alliance. Nice work. We're cooking up a special broadcast for tonight about everything that happened here. You're all gonna be famous. We'd actually kind of prefer guys who didn't make too much of a big deal about our involvement in all this. Too late. After having the truth silenced by the army for so long, the director's desperate to broadcast it now. His attention is starting to shift to the battle for Heimdall tomorrow, though. He's got his heart set on broadcasting it all live, so he's running around doing the preparation to make that happen. Really? Now that's an interesting idea. I can't imagine most places in the country have a clear idea of what's going on. Getting accurate, unbiased information to as many people as possible could even have an impact on the war's outcome. That's his theory. Tomorrow's gonna be one heck of a day, that's for sure. The last day of the year.
I haven't gazed upon this wonderful, wonderful board in a very long time. There really aren't as many submissions as there were during the peak Misty period, but that's no surprise. It's heartwarming to see how many there still are, though. Radio Trista's diehard fans clearly haven't turned away from it, making me a little emotional.
Monk, you should be a DJ. I think you should totally be a DJ. Jeez. Fuck.
Rex and I have been running around town taking as many pictures as we can. It's just nice to see how happy everyone is. There's not a frown to be found. Seeing everyone like this reminds me that smiles are what I want to capture most.
Good evening. Lovely to see the town so vibrant again, isn't it?
That it is. Though I take it you're here preparing for tomorrow instead of joining in the festivities.
You got it. We're getting our high-speed vehicles prepped in Trista Station as we speak. We've already got a team at work near Corral, too. On top of that, this 4th Division rolls out tomorrow morning. Get some rest tonight. We won't have the luxury for much longer, unfortunately.
I will.
Ah, yes, the train's got me feeling nostalgic, too.
I made some delightful sweets for you, using every single bit of my love. Why don't we cuddle up on that bench over there and feed them to each other? Should you be so overtaken by your longing that we end up tangled in a romantic embrace, then so be it. No, please, anything but that.
I'm afraid I've not yet discovered a way to control Lady Margarita when she gets like this. It appears that you have no recourse but to attempt to pacify her yourself. May I suggest accepting her offer of a warm embrace and whispering sweet nothings in her ear as a starting point?
No, you may not. Goddess, I never imagined that it would be possible, but she's been more fearsome than ever before. Perhaps the truest side of the terror war is that it's made her stronger.
This is not the terror of war, Master Vincent. It is simply the power of love.
Don't just stand there making pithy comments, Sarifa! Saphira, assist me, please!
It's so nice to hang out again. We haven't talked in forever. I'll have to be sure to go shopping together as soon as the stupid war's over, okay? You gotta promise. Okay, I promise. Oh, how I've missed being able to go on a good shopping spree. Just wasn't the same with all those soldiers around. Chance to unleash my inner shopaholic with Colette again can't come soon enough. It's such a relief to know that Melinda's the same old Melinda. Makes all the work we put into retaking Trista totally worth it. I'm just checking to see if there's any any extra stuff.
Someone looks ready for bed. You better head on back to the Courageous. You catch a cold if you slept out here, and we need you in fighting shape for tomorrow.
Come on. I'm not gonna fall asleep. I'm just a little tired. See? I was awake as can be. Besides, who wakes a night like this, snoozing? After all the work we put into getting back here, we've gotta enjoy it.
Fair enough, fair enough. Honestly, it's kind of nice to hear that you like this town enough that you're happy to be back.
Duh! You're always telling me I'm just as much of a part of Class 7 as you are. So this is like away from home. And it's just nice having a home to come back to, you know? Oh yeah, I'll get over to the academy and do some adventuring. Wow, this is the first. Oh, that's good. I like that. She's not being invited to the dorm. I like that. Good on y'all. Scumbag Jimmy took a vacation in this game. Have any free time later?
What, you need a second adventure?
Oh, never mind. God damn it. No, I actually want to check out the dorm. Fuck, never mind what I just said. Scratch that. Well, that's okay, I guess. You probably have stuff to do too. But if you do feel like a dorm adventure, stop by and let me know. I gotta say, I really appreciate how Milliam has been handled throughout the game. I was worried about a lot, but like she has been handled so well throughout both games. Like, I really grew to quite like her a lot. I'm so sorry I called her a bootleg Rean in the beginning. Ah, now it's time for these two! Man, can I believe how long it's been since we were last here? Tonight kinda reminds me of the Academy Festival's after party too.
Same here. Especially because it smells like good business waiting to happen. Let's think of all the commemorative sales we could hold if with this we get this wall wrapped up. My wallet's feeling thicker already.
Nothing but profits in that head of yours, is there? Oh, she's trying. Oh, she's trying to, but he still doesn't.
I gotta put a bow on this war as soon as possible. Think of the commemorative sales we could hold. Huh. Maybe we could even organize some sort of business opportunity at the academy again. Never hurts to dream.
Hugo never changes, does he? Cannot deny him feeling the urge to open another store like I did during the festival, though. You gotta make time for romance, Hugo. You were so smooth earlier. I haven't been able to reach our owner for some time now. Logically, I know he's probably just fine, but I can't stop worrying about him. If tomorrow's operation goes well so I can talk to him again. Ah, ultimate armor. Wait, I need to know what my current stats are. Okay. Everything affects my fucking stats. Okay, 1625 is the current defense. What? How do I have no money? Fucking hell! Jeez Louise.
Hey, it's one of Thor's little heroes. Please don't tell me people are calling us that. Sorry, it's just offensive mood talk and pay me no mind. Also grateful for what you did. Thanks to you students, we're free. As a way of saying thanks, we'll be staying open late just for you guys. I'm sure you want to enjoy yourselves and catch up with your old pals. And we don't want to get in the way of that.
That's really nice of you. Thanks.
Yeah, I don't think we need any more ingredients. Cooking is almost done.
You're a weird kid, you know that? Everyone's out there celebrating and you're hanging out a dingy old shop.
Nice to see that the war hasn't changed your attitude, at least. I hear you were gathering information on the war and passing it on to Principal Van Dyke this whole time. I want to thank you for that.
Ha! Yeah, you gotta do something to kill time when this business is slow, right? Seriously, kid, it was no big deal. What's this I hear about you helping out the Imperial Army with an operation tomorrow? Let me give you a word of advice. Watch your back. Can't stick your hand in a hornet's nest without getting stung. Every action has a consequence.
That's very true. I'll be sure to keep that in mind tomorrow.
Oh, here we go. Warrior Handbook. Woo! God, I don't want to eat up all these new materials. Like, how many more weapon upgrades are there gonna be? Like, I'm too afraid of eating up my U materials. Because I'm gonna need them for weapon upgrades.
Mom and Dad will never change. So glad all the scary soldiers are gone, though. I couldn't even play outside when they were here.
Oh my god, you guys are all okay!
I love the mood tonight. What do you say about doing a tour of the town ourselves?
That does sound nice. It'll be just like a date. Oh, I know. Maybe we should wrap ourselves together in that red scarf again.
That might be a little too cute. That brings back memories.
Oh my god! Oh, they're fine! Oh my god! And of course, I can't go into the dorm. Alright, I believe that's everyone. Oh yeah, I didn't go in the cafe, that's true.
Trista finally seems like it's back to the way it should be. It just isn't right unless it's all lively like this. And who do we owe that to? You students, of course. So here's a little something from me.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Wow, there's a lot here. Thank you so much.
Hello, chat. Welcome to the stream.
Sure thing. Make sure you all enjoy it.
I'm giving every customer who walks in here tonight a freebie. Won't be a night to remember if we don't all pitch in, right?
I thought the liberation section went really quickly, but I'm just too hyped to be back in Trista. Then again, they did say that most of their defense forces had left the city to prepare for the capital.
Oh man, Abbott! So nice to finally be able to sit and enjoy a relaxing cup of Fred's tea again. Who knows how long I'll be able to? No telling what tomorrow may bring, so we should know what we can while we can. I was so glad to see all the students who stayed at the academy are doing well. I'm still disappointed we couldn't invite Instructor Nighthawk to this little gathering, though. Yeah, he probably has his hands full preparing for tomorrow's battle to be sitting around here. I hope he's gonna be alright. Haha, worry not. I'd honestly be more concerned for the safety of his enemies. I'm sure he'll be here in no time, arguing with Instructor Sarah like a couple of lovers who can't admit their true feelings for one another.
Ah, yes, he totally called it!
Thomas, you ass! I heard that!
Yeah, I totally called it! Evening, Rean. Out for a little stroll to see what everyone's up to.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't be too surprised you're passing the time with your good friend Mr. Booze.
Well, the plan was to have a little get-together with all the instructors to celebrate finally being back. But the only ones who've shown so far are me and these two. And they're not exactly my first choice for drinking buddies.
You better not be mocking me to one of your students, Instructor Valstein.
Why, come and join us, Rean. There's a seat right here, and the libations are flowing fast and free. Nah, it's all right. I wouldn't want to intrude. If I sat down, it'd all be over. I'd never escape.
I wish the other instructors would hurry it up. I'm not sure how much longer I can suffer this company. I would have been better off just getting sloshed by myself at that counter. You could be a gentleman and score some brownie points with your poor teacher, Rean. Have given me an excuse to blow this joint.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm sure not having any fun sitting around here, and my chances of getting drunk are plummeting by the minute. So, given the choice, I'd much rather kick back and relax over the dorm with you. What do you say? Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, alas, such is life. I'll just have to grin and bear it then. Hopefully Instructor Mary will show up soon. Still, if you have a change of heart and want to heroically rescue your favorite teacher, you know where to find me. God damn it. Okay, Heinrich, I know, is going to turn in the books. So I want to first go up and read Gambler Jack. And what better place to read it than in Anton and Ricky's old room. Let's read Gambler Jack 2, The Revenge! Alright. And yeah, now we're back to normal chapter lengths. Chapter 1, Jack and Hallie. The Calvert Republic. There's a city in this country, a place where migrants in the east have recreated their homeland down to the bright lacquered tiles. Nicknamed the Eastern Quarter, it's a vibrant place, bustling and hot. I can't wait to see it in Daybreak games. The visible parts of the city aren't the only bustling areas either. The underworld is just as lively. For over a decade, the Eastern Quarter have been embroiled in a battle between old and new gangs. Half a year ago, the balance of power between the two changed significantly, all thanks to the outcome of a single game of poker. The newcomers suffered a crushing defeat, while the established gangs enjoyed a glorious victory. The two players in that pivotal game, however, cared nothing for the gang's territory disputes. The first was a man named Jack, a prolific gambler known by the moniker Victory Jack, because of the countless wins he had to his name. The second was the daughter of the late king, Jack's former teacher and one of the most skilled card sharp in the region. I always thought it was called card shark. Here they're saying as card sharp? Like, for my whole life, I thought it was called card shark, was the expression. Her name was Hallie. The match between the two took many unexpected turns, and shocking truths were dealt as readily as hands. The game eventually ended with Jack claiming the win, but Hallie's loss also liberated her from the seedy underworld she'd been drawn into. After her infamous exit, Hallie took to working as a waitress in a rundown bar in the northern outskirts of the Eastern Quarter. For Jack, who called that rundown bar home, it wasn't quite the ending he'd had in mind, but Hallie's unyielding resolve forced him to resign himself to the inevitable. Several months passed after that fateful game, and the two continued to live on in relative harmony. It was one such peaceful day, the heat of summer at its peak, that Hallie decided to take Jack on a little trip. Their destination? The new town adjacent to the Eastern Quarter. Preferring to spend his time in the comfort and seclusion of the bar, Jack considered this idea nothing short of torture.
Man, if only I had an normal car.
He grumbled. Hallie shot him a skeptical look. You can drive, Jack. He shrugged.
Well enough. Been a while, but wouldn't be much of a man if I couldn't. There aren't many guys of my caliber who can't handle a...
Whatever. She interrupted, mercilessly cutting it short as they approached their destination. A newly constructed building with a giant sign above the entrance loomed before them. It was a movie theater, one of only a small number of the entirety of the Republic. Ah, they're gonna see a movie. Chapter 2, Soleil of Love. Movies were a culture phenomenon relatively new to Calvard and virtually unknown in the rest of the continent. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so they skipped the whole silent movie era. There were stories told through moving pictures with sound, recorded using an orbital camera, edited and then displayed on giant screens in theaters for the enjoyment of the masses. And though movies were still uncommon, they were rapidly gaining popularity. Ordinarily, Jack spurned Hallie's invitation to venture in the great outdoors, allergic to the aqua in the stream. But his curiosity about this new innovation overcame his reluctance.
So, which of the two are we gonna watch? This gunslinger from hell one looks good to me.
He said. 2 tickets for Soleil of Love, please. Hallie said to Jack, her face positively beaming. Jack knew then that he had been a fool to even think he might have had a choice in the matter. From the day that Hallie started working at the bar, it quickly became apparent that he had no hope of winning an argument against her. It'd be easy to attribute this to the history between him and King, but, truth be told, it was just his nature to fold against a hand like hers. He sighed. Soleil of Love, as he recalled, was a movie adaptation of a popular novel, a love story. The genre alone was enough to convince Jack he wasn't in for a fun time, but he knew better than to try and resist. Reluctantly, he stepped inside the theater. At least the building had air conditioning. Love story or no, it'd be marginally better than standing outside in the sweltering heat, at least. Wow, look at that, Jack! This is so cool! Hallie's eyes were alight with excitement as she took in the building's modern fixtures. She caught sight of the refreshment counter and dragged him over to it. After much wheedling and begging, Jack bought popcorn and drinks for the two of them. Snacks in hand, they made their way to the seats for the start of the movie. The film began to play, and a hopelessly attractive man and woman were projected onto the screen. Jack watched their romantic and tragic tale with stoic resignation, while Hallie sat captivated by every scene. Eventually, the movie reached its torrid climax. The two lovers overcame the many obstacles in their path and finally came together as one in marriage, sharing a kiss so passionate that Hallie couldn't help but avert her eyes. She glanced over at Jack to see his reaction, and found him fast asleep in his seat. Chapter 2, Nike and Leonard. Chapter 3, I should say, sorry. After the credits rolled, the two of them made their way to a nearby cafe. The coffee shop had a relaxed, peaceful atmosphere, but the mood between them was anything but. Hallie was furiously stuffing herself full of parfait, which Jack has been forced to buy her, of course, which, while he could only sit by and watch in horrified fascination. It was her third. Oh God. I cannot believe you! Your first time going to see a movie and you fall asleep? She said around mouthfuls of cream and fruit. Jack tried to sidestep her outrage and said gesture to the remains of the dessert.
You all done there? Had enough?
I'll decide when I've had enough! She snapped, glaring over the rim of the glass. He raised his hands in surrender. Jack knew from experience that there was nothing he could do when she was in a mood like this. Anything he said was to make it worse, and weathering the storm was the best he could hope for. Hello, Caster. Welcome to the stream. Of course, Hallie knew exactly what he was trying to do, and that just made her angrier. Her glare grew more pointed. I see you haven't gotten any better at understanding women's hearts, Jack. Oh, someone else. Oh, that's someone else. Now I see you haven't gotten any better at understanding women's hearts, Jack, said a female voice at Jack's elbow. He stared. How long had she been there? He didn't know. Hallie opened her mouth to say something, but when she beheld the owner of the voice coming out. But when she beheld the owner of the voice, nothing came out. It was a woman in her late 20s. She had delicate, youthful features that exuded the allure of a much more mature woman. Her hair was wavy and platinum blonde, and she wore a glamorous red dress that was open at the front, displaying her generous bosom to its best advantage. It was a level of seductiveness Hallie knew she would never be able to achieve. What had stolen her breath wasn't the woman's attractiveness, however. It was the fact that she was the very actress who had played the heroine in the movie they had just watched. Oh, wow. Hello there, the woman purred. The name's Nike. I'm an actress, I suppose. It's nice to meet you, Hallie. And nice to see you again, Jack. Jack squirmed under a dazzling smile. Do you know her? Hallie asked him.
Yeah,
Jack said, not meeting her gaze.
we go back a while.
The woman's eyes twinkled. Such a cold-hearted man. You could be a little happier to see me after all this time, you know. So she's King's daughter then, huh? Jack and Hallie turned... Oh, that's another person.
So she's King's daughter then, huh?
Jack and Hallie turned to see a man in an expensive suit approaching their table. He seemed to be with Nike.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Hallie.
The man continued.
My name is Leonard.
Then he addressed Jack.
It's been 7 years, I believe. Good to see you again, too, Jack. Hey, Leonard.
Oh.
Hey, Leonard.
Jack's reply was casual, but the tone conveyed great respect, as if addressing a superior. The power balance between the two of them was immediately clear to Hallie from that alone. Leonard was a man in his late 30s, roughly 5 years Jack's senior. They had both learned together under King, but being the younger of the two, Jack had come to treat the other man deferentially, much like he had his former teacher. Unlike Jack, however, Leonard had given up the gambling life and moved on to playing a new game. Now he was an up-and-coming politician, regularly featured on the front pages of newspapers and well known to the people of Calvert. An actress and a politician, two of them certainly stood out. Several other customers seemed to realize who they were, and before long, all eyes in the room were on them. Naki sighed.
This is why I hate this job sometimes.
You know you love the attention.
Leonard replied with a grin.
It does, however, make this place a bit difficult to target. Mind coming with us, Jack?
Knowing full well he couldn't possibly refuse, Jack shrugged and stood up from his seat. I wonder where this is going here. The race! Oh, what are they racing here? Jack and Hallie followed Leonard and Nike out and eventually found themselves in an amateur racetrack. Are they betting on horses? It seemed closed for the day, though, and no cars sped around the grounds or crowds graced the stands. Hallie gaped at the circuit. Wow, it's a racetrack! All of the excitement that she had felt in the theater came flooding back. It had been years since she had visited one, and the memory of that trip with her father had grown very faint. Seeing this track was almost as experiencing again for the first time. Nike smiled at her enthusiasm.
You're so cute,
She said.
Yeah, I can see what King doted on her so much now.
Leonard replied with a nod.
Well, seeing as you're here, want to see an actual race, Hallie?
Hallie's eyes grew wide. Can I? Leonard nodded again.
You can, if the man you're with says yes anyway.
Hello, Hoshi, welcome to the stream. Jack shifted uncomfortably as all eyes turned to him. It was obvious that Leonard's true motivation for the invitation was to get Jack to participate, and they had no qualms about using Hallie to that end. King's other former student was still every bit the calculating man that he used to be, and that was something that Jack had never been good at dealing with. Still, he owed Leonard a lot. He had learned a great deal from his former teacher, but he had learned just as much, if not more, from Leonard. How to drive a noble car was just one of these things. While King had always been the expert on gambling, Leonard was the authority on sports and all other forms of entertainment. Leonard turned to Jack.
I was really happy when I heard that you'd gotten a bit of fire back after that game against Hallie. I thought you were a lost cause when King died. All those years wasted just rotting away.
He gestured to the track.
I want to see the victory Jack I used to know again. So come on, show me.
Jack shrugged.
Well, if you insist. I haven't been behind the wheel in quite some time, though. I hardly think I'll be a worthy opponent. That's my man.
Oh, car racing. Oh, wow. Jeez. Huh. Damn. Challenge accepted. The pair set about choosing their vehicles. Leonard, it seemed, was a friend of the track's owner. Not only could they choose whichever cars they wanted, but the entire racetrack did themselves as well.
I'll go with this old Vern model.
Concluded Jack. Leonard laughed.
I'll use one that has the same specs. Wouldn't want to have an unfair advantage against you.
Cars decided, they moved to the starting line where delighted Hallie was to give the signal. On your marks, get set, go! And they were off. And they were off, Leonard in the lead and Jack following. In the past, the two of them had always been equally skilled at driving. In this race, their cars also had roughly equal specs, so the odds of Jack being able to catch up on any of the course's straights were practically zero. As such, the outcome would be determined by how he fared on the course's 3 corners. The first corner came. Jack kept his foot in the accelerator until the last second, trying to seize a chance to overtake. Leonard, however, responded by doing the same and denied Jack his chance. The second corner came. Jack followed the bend, conserving as much of his speed as possible. but Leonard maneuvered to block him, and was forced to remain in second place. The third corner came, the last of the corners with a sharp hairpin turn. I hate those so much. A final fitting battlefield determined the outcome of the race, and it was here that the tides turned. Whether it was due to overconfidence from earlier domination was unclear, but Leonard made a minor mistake that Jack was able to take advantage of, and he seized the lead. All that remained was a straight to the finish line. In the distance, Jack could see Nike, racing flag held casually in her hands. Seeing her, he unconsciously loosened his grip on the accelerator. Leonard surged past him and was victorious. The race was over. Oh damn. I wonder how Leonard is going to take that. The race was over. Hallie came rushing over and Jack greeted her with a bitter smile. She clapped her hands together. You did really well, Jack. It's just a shame you got past in the end. Leonard and Nike joined them. Nike's expression was impassive, but Leonard's was livid.
You held back again, didn't you?
He said. Jack hesitated.
No way.
He hadn't done it on purpose, but he realized that Leonard was right. Ooh, daily life. And then we have deadly life right after. No, I'm talking about in racing games, Hoshi. I hate hairpin turns so much. The truth was, he had been too afraid to ask. But he assumed that Naki must be Leonard's lover. Seeing her at the finish line in the last straight, he found himself not wanting to embarrass Leonard in front of her, causing him to subconsciously hold back. In addition, Jack hated being the focus of Leonard's attention. King had always favored Jack, seeing more potential within him than his other student, a fact that had filled Leonard with envy and resentment. Uh-oh. Sensing this, Jack had begun to hold back whenever he was forced to compete against Leonard, a tactic that infuriated Leonard to no end. To him, Jack's behavior was nothing less than arrogance. Leonard clenched his teeth in anger, biting back further commentary on the race. 3 days passed since the race. Jack and Hallie were both back in the bar, whiling away the time the same way as always. In Hallie's case, this meant working hard, taking orders, and carrying drinks. And Jack's meant sleeping in his room behind the bar well into the day. Contrary to his appearance and indolent schedule, Jack is actually a man of many talents. Yeah, I really do love that we're learning about Calvert with these things. Thanks to that and the kindness of the bar's owner, he had effectively ended up becoming its live-in gambler. Something Jack was actually quite proud of. He was also charismatic enough to keep the more rowdy clientele in check, although how much they actually liked him was a question only they knew the answer to. The situation had changed somewhat since Hallie's arrival, however. While Jack was still the bar's resident grifter, and his position relative to its other customers the same as ever, Hallie was clearly on a level above Jack, carefully manipulating him into doing whatever she wanted him to. It was an endeavor she had sported the punks who hung out there in doing, too. In other words, Hallie was now the one in charge. "Jack!" she called. "The owner needs you to go and buy some ingredients for him." She got a yawn in response, then a muzzy.
What do I get her?
"Those who don't work don't get to eat. That's the way of the world, so go on. Time for you to do some work, too." He grumbled, emerging from the room.
As you wait.
Nonetheless, he obeyed the instructions of the girl 15 years his junior. Damn! I didn't know she was that. Yeah, she's that much younger than him. Wow. Despite his protests, he wasn't entirely opposed to doing what she asked. What he was opposed to was a smart-ass grin on the faces of the punks following the exchange. He glared at the punks as he passed.
What are you looking at?
Jack!
Fine, fine.
He grasped and, resigned to the inevitable, set off. The battered door of the bar gave its familiar shriek as he passed through it. No sooner had he left, however, than the door let out another shriek. One could only assume the owner didn't have the money to get a new one fitted, or he decided it was actually quite convenient as a doorbell of sorts, heralding the arrival of a new customer. This particular caller couldn't possibly be more out of place. It was none other than Nike, the actress. Dun dun dun. Welcome to our Nike! Hallie gaped at the women. I can't believe you're really working in a rundown place like this now. Naki replied with a laugh. She sauntered over to the counter and claimed one of the seats in front of it with the ease of a regular. Silence permeated the bar, booze forgotten as all eyes staring inside of her. Good to see you again, she said to the owner. I'm kind of surprised, though. Your customers seem more well-behaved these days. The owner laughed.
Really? We've got Hallie to thank for that, then.
You know the owner here? Then, were you and Jack? I mean... Nuggy flashed a smile at her. He's a former lover of mine, yes. Oh, and now she's with Leonard. Damn. Hallie was stunned into silence for the response. It wasn't as though she hadn't thought it to be the case. She just hadn't expected Nike to admit the truth so freely. Nike giggled at the expression on her face. That look of surprise is really cute, too. Maybe you should try becoming an actress yourself. I definitely think you've got the potential. Really? Hallie gave a nervous laugh. I'm pretty sure I'm not cut out for it. Her usual confidence deflated under the playful gaze of the older woman. She might have no problem bullying Jack, but Nike was another matter. She hesitated. Deep down, Hallie had a lot that she wanted to ask about Jack and Nike's relationship with one another, but she couldn't bring herself to do so. As if reading her thoughts, Nike's perfect smile widened. I don't mind answering your questions, she began. But it's no fun if I just tell you everything. So why don't we make it a little wager? If you win, I'll tell you what you want to know. But if I win, I've got something I want to ask you. Exactly what someone like Naki would have to ask someone like her, Hallie couldn't fathom. But she wasn't the type to back down from a challenge when it came to gambling. She took after her father in that regard. They decided on cards, a game of blackjack. Uh-oh. Naki seemed unconcerned when Hallie confessed she was rather good at it. Despite being a mere 15 years of age, Hallie was nothing short of a genius when it came to gambling. Part of it was due to the incredible amount of effort and dedication she had poured into acquiring her skills, but it was also thanks to her exceptional memory. Her powers of recollection were so great that not even her father nor Jack could compare. That, more than anything, was her greatest weapon. It also allowed her to be an expert at card counting, an ability that let users almost predict the cards in the next hand by remembering all previous cards used in the game. Blackjack in particular gave card counters a significant advantage, making it a game that Hallie had almost always been especially skilled at. The game began. Watching Nike, Hallie quickly came to the conclusion that Nike wasn't used in playing blackjack at all. By the end, however, Nike had somehow accumulated more chips than Hallie and was clearly the victor. Dang. Hallie leaned back in her chair, impressed. I can't believe you managed to cheat! If you can't prove it was cheating, it's not cheating. Hallie hadn't intended to let her guard down against Nike, She just misjudged her skill level. The older woman had made use of her own years of experience and acting talents to feign inexperience. It had been a ploy designed to mask her skills and fool Hallie into complacency, and Hallie had fallen for it utterly. Nike winked at her. I am an actress by profession, after all. Chapter 7, The Shadow! Well then, Nike continued. I take it you'll be willing to answer my question. Hallie nodded. That was the deal. Good girl. Now I realize it might be insensitive to ask about this. But King didn't happen to leave anything in your care 7 years ago, did he? Hallie cast her mind back to her last memory of her father and felt a slight twinge of sadness thinking about what had happened to him after it. The pain of his loss has subsided since she met Jack, and would likely continue to do so, but it'd be a lie to say that it had completely gone. She racked her brain seeking an answer to Nike's question, and quickly realized that the other woman was probably asking about the jeweled Eastern-style necklace that she wore around her neck. This, Hallie said, showing her the pendant. He gave it to me when he came to visit for the last time. Nike was silent for a moment. Uh-oh. Is she planning to get someone to steal it? Thank you. That's all I want to know. She rose from the stool. Well then, I suppose I should be going. I wouldn't want to keep Leonard waiting. Her farewell said, she handed a tip to the bar's owner and exited with a beguiling sweep through the door. Oh, during Sky 3rd, Hallie's art did have her wearing a necklace. Oh, that's really cool, Doris. The punks watched her departure in silence, none daring to break her spell even after she was gone. After Nike had left, Hallie resumed her usual work. Time ticked by as she wiped down tables and busied herself. She sighed. Uh-oh, what happened to Jack? He ran into Leonard or some punks or something? Did he did he run into a Yakuza sub-story or something? She sighed. Jack sure is late. It had almost been an hour since she had left to run his errands. She wasn't concerned about him, though. She'd bet her boots that he was just off somewhere slacking or messing about. She stepped outside through the back entrance to take out the garbage. Just as she did, a great shadow filled the alley, blanketing her in darkness.
Hey, guess who's back?
Came the loud call of none other than Jack. His voice was almost drowned out by the shriek of the door as he flung it open. One look at him proved Hallie's suspicions on his tardiness correct. He had far more shopping bags than he should have.
Huh? Where'd Hallie go?
He asked, noticing her absence. The owner glanced around.
Now that you mention it, I haven't seen her since she went out to take the garbage earlier.
Uh-oh. Ah, shit. She got kidnapped. Or the necklace did. Jack was suddenly overcome by a great sense of foreboding. He hurried out the back entrance, but only a collection of scattered garbage bags awaited him. Bags and a very conspicuously placed card. On its front was a simple message. We have Hallie. If you want her back, come to the
We have Hallie. If you want her back, come to the designated place. Leonard. Damn it!
Jack's angry cry echoed in the empty alley. His face was thundercloud. He crushed the card in his fist. Oh, shit. And he's gonna challenge him to another race. Chapter 8, Black and White. The designated place alluded to on the card was one of the largest and most well-known racetracks in all of Calvert. Part of its fame was due to the fact that it permitted gambling on its races, and thus attracted a large number of visitors. Furthermore, today was one of the track's biggest races of the year, a day when many highly skilled teams of racers gathered to compete. It was a popular event, and the number of spectators was even greater than usual. The payouts for those who gambled on the races were bigger as a result, too. Stepping onto the track, Jack sighed.
Sure brings back memories.
As he surveyed the familiar grounds, he found himself reminiscing about the times King had brought him and Leonard there to hone their gambling instincts all those years ago. Leonard was the one who had predicted winners correctly the most often. He had spent a lot of time analyzing the outcomes of past races and bet large sums on the cars most likely to win. As a result of relying on safe bets like these, though, his payouts tended to be comparatively low. King often used to laugh at him for it, always remarking,
Where's the fun in that?
King, meanwhile, used his brilliant instincts and powers of observation to guide him and successfully predicted the outcome of one race after another. Of the three of them, it was he who consistently earned the most merit. For Jack's part, his interest lay in winning big on a single bet. He lost money far more often than the other two, but occasionally displayed even greater gambling intuition than King himself, and sometimes won over 100 times the mirror he bet. While he stood there mulling over those decade-old wins and losses, several men in black suits approached him. Presumably, they were Leonard's subordinates.
Please allow us to escort you.
One said politely. Jack followed. Eventually, he found himself in a VIP room. Encased in thick glass, it gave the occupants inside a very up-close and personal view of the racetrack outside. In it sat Leonard, Nike, and a loosely bound Hallie.
Hallie!
Without thinking, he made to dash towards her, was quickly stopped by the men who brought him there. Each held a gun. Oh my god.
No. No need to be so hasty.
Leonard laughed.
I'm glad you could make it, Jack. I got some real fun in store for you today. Leonard, you son of a bitch!
Jack's furious expression was a stark contrast to Leonard's playful tone.
Finally saying what you truly think about me, Jack? I'm glad.
Leonard looked genuinely satisfied. Jack shot a glance over in Nike's direction.
I can't believe you're seriously helping him with this.
I'm afraid so, she replied simply, before drawing close to Leonard. Ooh, I wonder if she's gonna betray him in the end. Let's see.
As I'm sure you already worked out, our aim is the joker that King left Hallie over there.
Leonard continued, turning the jewel from Hallie's necklace over and over again between his fingers. Jack had indeed surmised as much. When Jack won the battle against King 7 years prior, King had given him a code of sorts that he wanted to pass on to Hallie. That code was intended to unlock the Joker that King once secretly kept on him. At the time, Jack hadn't understood the meaning of what he was being asked to do, but he did now.
King was well known in the underworld. He had all kinds of connections. But those ties weren't just limited to the less savory of players. Many of the people he was connected to moved both inside and outside of the underworld. Tell me, Jack.
Leonard said.
If the underworld is black and the world outside it is white, which do you think the world of politics is? Well, if I know. As black as can be.
Leonard said matter-of-factly. He made an offhand gesture. Yep.
King was a smart man. A calculated man. This jewel here is a memory quartz and one full of information on the people he knew. People in the criminal underworld. Public faces or connections in it themselves. The power this information holds is nothing short of incredible. I intend to use it to keep moving up the ranks as a politician. And for that, Jack,
he continued.
I need the code that you and only you know.
Oh boy. Jack was silent for a moment.
I'm surprised that you know all that. I take this as your doing, Nike?
But of course, she confirmed. I want him to spread his wings and fly too, after all.
Spread his wings and fly?
Jack repeated with a disbelieving sigh.
That's what you call this? Preying on people? King's daughter, no less, for a bit of political advantage? He left that data behind to protect Hallie from harm. What's the point of being promoted if you have to take advantage of a father's love for his daughter to do it?
Jack's words resonated strongly with Hallie, but they fell on deaf ears when it came to Leonard and Nike. I can't say I don't have a soft spot for that idealism of yours, Nike said finally. But if you're afraid of using others for your own goals, you're never going to get anywhere in life. You'll forever remain a powerless child. Leonard laughed.
Forget it. No amount of logic will get through to him. Still, I'd feel guilty taking everything from you without completely beating you into submission first. Gotta give you a chance to fight back, after all. So here's what I propose, Jack. We'll have a little gambling competition. If you win, you can have Hallie back. If I win, you'll give me that code. Simple, right?
Jack considered it. Leonard was smart, but he was also very cautious. It was clear from his aura of confidence that he was pretty certain he would win. Jack, however, had no intention of backing down. Thus began their great wager of the outcome of the day's races with Hallie's fate on the line. Jack always getting into these wacky gambling things. My God. In the Trails book Avengers, I can see more of what kind of role Jack will play. I still think they might do that. Have like the very last book in the series be like a fucking Avengers of all the book characters. I think that would be a pretty cool way to end it. There was roughly an hour until the first race of the day was scheduled to begin, and so they agreed to use that time to formulate their strategies. Jack was led to another room by Leonard's men. He was also accompanied by Hallie, who would serve as his advisor. Leonard's advisor would naturally be Nike. I take it just running away isn't an option? I mean, I'm free and all, Hallie said once in the room. Jack shook his head.
Even if we did manage to get away, which isn't especially likely, he's not the kind of guy to just let this go. If this method doesn't work, he'll just do something worse. Worse for us, of course.
Yeah, I suppose you're right, Hallie said. Okay, forget it, just had to ask. As Jack had noted, however, the odds of them being able to run away weren't particularly promising to begin with, as Leonard's men were likely to be everywhere. How are they going to get out? Like, when Leonard loses, he's not going to take this lying down. I wonder, like, is he going to actually, like, be honest, like, with how ruthless he is? And, like, honor the wager? They pondered their predicament for a moment. Hallie broke the heavy silence. Hey, Jack? Has Leonard always been a bad guy like that? Jack couldn't help but smile slightly at the childish way she phrased her question. As far as he was concerned, the vast majority of gamblers, himself included, were to some degree or another bad guys. He knew what she meant, though. Both he and King had been part of the criminal underworld, but they had their morals and lines that they wouldn't under any circumstances cross. Back in the day, that had been true of Leonard and Nike too, but now... So they weren't then? I wonder what changed them. Hallie mused. Jack had a pretty good idea of the answer. King's death 7 years prior. After that, Jack had lost his drive, his passion. His despondency had in turn caused Nike to become disappointed in him and leave his side. Ah, okay. Oh, so I wonder what's gonna happen with Nike. Is she gonna betray Leonard in the end? I think that's what she's gonna do. I think she's gonna betray Leonard in the end. Either for good or for bad, she's gonna betray him, I think. Leonard, meanwhile, found a new life of his own, away from gambling. It wasn't long after that that the news of Leonard's move to politics reached Jack's ears. It was a transition that made sense to Jack, too. Leonard had always been one who loved splashiness, loved to stand out. In short time, though, less pleasant rumors began to spread about him. The whispers never left the realm of hearsay, but the content was enough to make Jack concerned. Bribes, suspicions involving organized crime. It was often said that power corrupted, but Jack hadn't expected it of someone he knew so well. Nike really is pretty, though, Hallie said abruptly. You're sure you're completely over her? Flustered, Jack could only gape for a second before stuttering.
What makes you think I wouldn't be? Of course I am.
His expression told a different story, though, and Hallie immediately regretted pressing him on the subject.
Anyway,
Jack said,
this isn't gonna be easy when he has Nike on his side. There are many who call her the goddess of victory for the luck. There are many who call her the goddess of victory for the luck she brings men.
Hey, that's that fucking mobile game! Goddess of victory, huh? I guess you're one of those men too. Victory, Jack. Ah. That's how he got that nickname. He couldn't deny it. She was completely right. Nike's gambling skills were just as good as Jack's or Leonard's, and whenever she and Jack had worked as a team, they had never been defeated. Hallie looked intrigued when he mentioned their teamwork. You guys work grifts together? He nodded, and it seemed as though there was more she wanted to ask, but she dropped it and changed the subject. You aren't going to look at the race data they gave us then?
No, if I follow the races here as it is, I pretty much know all that stuff already. Besides, numbers don't tell the whole story. You gotta get a read of the atmosphere on the track if you really want to score big. Looks like we'll have to wing the first one blind, though.
A quick glance at the clock confirmed his dismay. The start of the first race was rapidly approaching. The rules! Alright, you guys, I just gotta quickly go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Alright, we are back. Chapter 10, the rules. 15 minutes before the first race was scheduled to start, Jack and Hallie made their way back to the VIP room where they came face to face with Leonard and Nike again. The rules of the competition were simple. Each side would begin with 200,000 Mira. For each race, each side must purchase one betting ticket, no more, no less. Furthermore, 12 orbital cars would compete in each race. The type of betting ticket available, meanwhile, were as follows. Show. To win, the chosen car need to come in either first, second, or third place. This bet type had the highest chances of winning, and the result of payout was the lowest as well. Win. To win, the chosen car need to come in first. This bet type was less likely to be successful in a show bet, but still relatively likely compared to the others. As such, really? What can be better than winning? As such, the potential winnings were relatively low. Exacta. Oh, I see. To win, the chosen two cars need to come in first and second place. The better also accurately predict which came in first and which second. Oh my god. That's insane. It's like fucking lottery. Bet type is one of the more difficult ones. And as such, potential winnings were relatively high. Trifecta. Similar to an exacta. Except the bettor needed to predict in order which cars come in first, second, and third. Least likely to be successful and therefore paid the highest dividends. My god! Like an exacta box, the bettor needed to predict the cars that would come in first and second. Unlike a regular exacta, however. Oh, I see. Okay, so this is like the more reasonable one. They could be in either order, more paid less, like and trifecta box is the same thing. Yeah. Okay, I see. Okay, yeah, okay, so the box is the more reasonable one. Jack and Leonard would each buy a ticket and then show it to the other before the race began. There was no... Is that like the origin of the term trifecta? I've heard that in like a million different things. Is this like the origin of the actual term? Because that is very interesting. There was no limit to the amount of Mira that could bet on one race, so long as they could afford to bet it. If either of them ran out of Mira, the other would be the victor. In all, 7 races were to take place that day, with 4 in the first half and 3 in the second. The races in the second half, the last in particular, paid the highest dividends. Each race took about 10 to 15 minutes. Every car was also obliged to make at least one pit stop to charge their car's EP and change tires. Oh my god, I don't know, that's just funny. The car has MP instead of gas. Completing these actions swiftly and efficiently added another element of challenge to the competition. Large groups and corporations sponsored the teams participating in the race, and the results had implications not just for the teams themselves. I wonder if you could do this in the Daybreak games, like bet on cars. And the results had implications not just for the teams themselves, but for countless powerful figures and groups in the Republic, who used the races as proxy for their pride and reputations. The winning teams were also rewarded with vast amounts of Mira. The rules confirmed and agreed upon, Jack and Leonard purchased their first betting tickets, and the battle between them finally began. Chapter 11, the first half! How many chapters are there? Okay, 14. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Just checking. For the beginnings of the first race, Jack and Leonard showed one another what betting tickets they had purchased. Well, this is really cool. I like how it's set up. Jack, after asking Hallie for her opinion, eventually set on placing 10,000 Mira on a trifecta of cars 5, 1, and 3. I do want to know, Hoshi. His reasoning was that cars 5 and 1 had the highest total number of races won, while 3 had shown a lot of potential in recent races. His bet was relatively safe and grounded in logic, but with just enough of an element of unpredictability to keep things interesting. Seeing his choice, Leonard laughed, remarking,
Someone hasn't changed.
his ticket meanwhile was an exacta box on cars 1 and 3, of which he had placed a 20,000 mirror bet. Jack was surprised. The Leonard he knew would have gone for an exacta box on cars 1 and 5. Then yes, but only kind of starting with Horizon. I see. Well, that's still cool. I hope everyone's having fun with Horizon when I get there in like fucking 3 years. And I wonder how many Trails games will be out by then. At least 2 more, I'd imagine. Or maybe even, you know, who knows? Like, Calvert will certainly be over by the time I get to Horizon. And, we'll actually get to see what's past Calvert. I imagine the Far East, which has been... We'll finally get to see what's there. Like, what countries are there. Rapath put his luck slightly on for exact on cars 5 and 1. Leonard, however, had defied expectations by going for 1, the second most popular car, and the recently successful car 3. If anything, Jack thought, that was the kind of bet King would have made. Realizing what was on Jack's mind, Leonard's smile widened.
My time in politics has taught me a lot of things, Jack.
15 minutes later, the result of the first race came in. Car 3 had come in first place, followed by 1, then Car 5 in third. Car 3 had, it seems, shown its potential yet again. As a result of the outcome, Leonard won his bet while Jack lost. Jack's total mirror decreased to 90,000, while Leonard's increased to almost 150,000. It's like, the frickin' the trifecta is like such insane odds. Like, you gotta expect to lose some of the time. But if he keeps trying it and wins it even once, then like, if it's that big of a payout that it should be, then he'll probably win the whole thing. Jack's total mirror decreased to 90,000 while Leonard's increased to almost 150. Nike giggled. Seems like we're off to a good start. Leonard drew her in and close and whispered in her ear. Hello, VR Kyle. Welcome to the stream.
All thanks to you.
Jack averted his eyes. Hallie tugged on his sleeve to get his attention. Don't worry, Jack. We're only just getting started. No matter just what she said, though, there was a 60,000 mirror difference in their totals right off the bat. And that was a significant difference. The second race began. Jack once again placed 10,000 mirror on a trifecta, while Leonard went with a much more certain show bet. This time, however, he placed all the 50,000 mirror he had won for the first race on it. Once more, Jack fell short, and his pooled mirror dropped to 80. Leonard, meanwhile, successful in a second time, boosted his earnings to over 170,000 mirror. Leonard now had twice the amount Jack did. The third race began. For a third time, Jack placed 10,000 mirror on trifecta. Leonard went for a slightly more risky bet than usual, wagered 20,000 mirror on exacta. This time, both men lost their bets. Finally, it's time for the last race in the first half to begin. Jack, seemingly undeterred by his continual losses, once again he's chipping it slowly but surely. Like, that's what I thought he was gonna do. Like, until, like, he has 7 chances to guess it right. And it's probably gonna give him, like, at least 100,000, I imagine. Probably more than that. Seemingly undeterred by his continual losses, once again soaked 10,000 mirror on trifecta. Leonard could only sigh at Jack's refusal to learn from his mistakes, but Jack paid him no mind. For his part, Leonard went for another exacta, but this time he placed 30,000 mira on it. Leonard won his bet and Jack lost his. Ah, fuck. The race over, the first half came to an end. Jack was left with only 60,000 mira, while Leonard had increased his winnings to over 240,000 mira, roughly 4 times the amount Jack had left.
Luck sure seems to be on my side today, huh, Jack?
Leonard taunted. Jack said nothing. There was a roughly hour-long break between the first and second halves. After beckoning Hallie to follow him, Jack walked quickly out of the room over their waiting area. Barely through the doorway, Hallie threw up her hands and cried, "What are we gonna do, Jack? If we don't turn things around fast, we're screwed! We'd start making safer bets next time and..." Jack cut her off.
Nah, even if we were to win bets like that, they're not gonna be enough to close the gap between us. As soon as we start thinking like that, the gamble's as good as lost.
Well, sure, but still! Contrary to Jack's seeming casualness, however, he didn't really have any better ideas than Hallie did. He was racking his brain for one just as much as she was. What he did know was that the gap between he and Leonard was too great for them to be able to win based on instinct alone. Hallie suddenly brightened.
Oh yeah, I did notice something that stood on the race data.
As a general rule of thumb, betting on popular and proven teams tend to lead to regularly low payouts if they won, while unpopular and generally unsuccessful teams gave much greater payouts. Races held at this track were somewhat different, though. In particular, major events like this one currently underway had higher than normal payout rates, meaning that bettors received much more than they otherwise would. As one example of this, generally, teams that consistently lost accordingly paid the highest dividends. Oh, a word got repeated. Dividends. On the off chance that they'd won. And far from deterring bettors, this often attracted lots of people who wanted to bet on underdogs and win big. In theory, large numbers of people betting on underdogs would make the potential payouts decrease, but the payout rates were adjusted to make sure they didn't fall too much in order to keep things exciting for the gamblers who were betting. Even factoring in all of that, Hallie went on, there was one team whose potential payout seemed odd. Jack had a look, and sure enough, he found himself agreeing. It wasn't odd to the extent the average person would notice, but she wasn't wrong. The driver for that team was a man named Carlos, a real veteran racer who held the current official record for the most consecutive victories. It was an achievement that earned him the nickname Legend. In recent years, however, he'd stopped winning at all, a fact that had led to more and more people calling him Legendary Loser instead. He was also an old friend of King's. Oh wow. King is the Cassius Bright of the fucking Gambler Jack universe. Jack himself had met the man too. Jack chewed over her finding for a minute and then said,
Thanks for the tip, Hallie. I'm just gonna step out for a bit, okay? As soon as our break's over, head back onto the VIP room without me.
"Wait a second!" she shouted after him, paid her no mind, strode nonchalantly out of the room. Chapter 12, the second half. Oh wow, second half right away. Oh boy, and still 2 more chapters after this. I'm guessing chapter 13 will show what Jack did with the racer. "10 minutes before the start of the 5th race, Jack had yet to return,"
I hope he hasn't gonna run off.
said Leonard, his voice heavy with scorn.
He wouldn't dream of it.
Hallie retorted. Nike laughed. "Apparently not. Here he comes now." Jack ambled over.
Sorry,
He said.
had to take a leak.
Jack's carefree manner seemed to annoy Leonard, but it filled Hallie with relief. He had been so subdued in the first half that to see him back to his old self gave her confidence, until she remembered that they hadn't even brought their betting ticket. Exasperated, she hustled him in the counter to get one. Fifth race began. Continuing his pattern from the first half, Jack went for a trifecta. Unlike the first half, however, he only bet 5,000 mira on it.
Huh. Here I was thinking you'd get all cocky, and then you go and lower your bet.
Leonard radiated confidence, but deep down, he knew exactly what Jack was doing. Jack was going to conserve as much money as he could until the final race and then bet it all on that. Knowing that he couldn't realized he couldn't afford to let up on his offense, Dad decided to bet a massive 100,000 mira on a win bet. The team he staked his wager on was an outside chance as well. In the end, the team Leonard bet on was victorious while Jack lost 5,000. God damn! As a result, Jack was down to a mere 55,000 mira while Leonard still exceeded 500,000. The gap between them continued to grow larger and larger. The sixth race began. Once again, Jack placed 5,000 mira on trifecta. Leonard, meanwhile, didn't seem to be feeling especially confident about the race, but mere 10,000 on the safe Exacta-box bet. The race that took place was easily the most intense of the day thus far, and the spectators on the edge of their seats. Successful winners on trifecta tickets earned over 100 times what they bet, but both Jack and Leonard had backed the wrong cars.
If only we picked the right cars on that.
If only we picked the right cars on that one! Cried a frustrated Hallie. If Jack shared her dismay, though, he didn't show it. His thoughts were all for the final race. The seventh race of the day was about to begin. Having lost every bet he had made those so far, Jack was now down to a mere 50,000 mira. Leonard's winnings now totaled roughly 500,000 mira, even though he too had lost the sixth race. In order to catch up, Jack would need to make a bet that paid out 10 times his wager amount. Even more if Leonard was to win his own bet. Incidentally, the two had agreed not to show each other which betting tickets they had gone for till after the race had ended. Here we go. I knew they would save the last race for another chapter. This was in order to make things more interesting. Well, according to Leonard, anyway. Starting light shifted from red to green. A race that would determine everything began. Chapter 13, The Price of the Soul! It quickly became apparent that this final battle was going to be even more intense and unpredictable than the sixth race had began. First, Car 4, which had been the favorite to win, had to withdraw partway through to the mechanical trouble. Second and third most popular cars, 3 and 6, respectively, had their own share of problems, and while they were able to continue the race, their performance was far from their full capabilities. Thanks to these technical difficulties, there were essentially only 9 of the original 12 cars still in the race. Of those 9, Car 1 still had the highest odds of winning. Hello, Kalak, welcome to the stream. But Car 5 still had stubbornly refused to allow it to overtake. Car 1 was unable to get in the lead. Cars at the front of the race were 7, 2, and 12. While they generally held that order, they were constantly jockeying for position. Furthermore, Car 12 was driven by none other than Carlos, the legendary loser. That in itself generated a lot of excitement, as it had been quite some time since he had been anywhere near this close to winning a major race. As the heated race neared the end... Yeah, technical difficulties. I'm sure Jack did something. The final corner that would determine everything approached. Just as they began the bend, a gap opened up between cars 7 and 2. Whether it was nerves or a lapse in concentration, the drivers of those two cars left a space wide enough for Carlos to sneak through, and he seized his chance. With a deft hand at the wheel, Car 12 shot through and took the lead. The race ended, Car 12 was victorious, while Car 7 held on second place, and Car 2 came in third. Leonard watched all this unfold with a sour look.
Did you lose?
Asked Hallie. Her hopes, however, were quickly dashed. He shook his head and left. Oops, sorry.
No. I wasn't expecting old Legend to snag first place like that. I did believe he had the goods to get in the top 3, though.
His smile widened.
See, I bet on a trifecta box with cars 2, 7, and 12. The payout's 120 times what I staked.
What? Jack and Hallie were stuck speechless. To make matters worse, Leonard bet 400,000 Mira, meaning they received 48 million for his ticket. He watched their faces with undisguised smugness.
Huh. Looks like you two don't realize you never stood a chance in Gehenna of beating me.
Nike giggled at his shoulder. Sure seems that way. The pair oozed confidence, sure that they had won. Hallie's face fell, then she stuck her tongue out at them. Nah, I just wanted you to think that. Jack grinned at the puzzled look on Leonard's face.
What the lady said. We were just pretending to be surprised.
Here we go.
Then, you didn't.
Leonard couldn't seem to work out what they were trying to imply, but Nike quickly understood. Her pained lips compressed into a flat line. Ah, they won the trifecta.
I put my money on a trifecta.
Jack clarified.
12, 7, and 2. Get it now? That's 1,100 times what I bet.
This time, it was Leonard and Nike who were stunned into silence. Tickets that paid over 100 times the bet were made were rare enough even at this racetrack, but the tickets that paid over 1,000 times the bet were almost unheard of. As a result of his bet, Jack had won 55 million Mira! A total pot that was significantly higher than Leonard's 48,100,000.
What? How did you?
It was Jack's turn to laugh at the furious expression on Leonard's face.
You do realize that asking me that is basically admitting wrongdoing on your part, right?
He said.
But if you really want to know, I'll tell you. It's simple. I bribed Carlos. You did what? I got a friend of mine to get a ticket just like this one. The money for it was 100,000 Mira he'd gathered on the spot in my name. Multiply that by 1,100 and you get 110,000. I told Carlos he could have the lot. What? But I've been sending him. Why would he throw that away for a one-off sum like that, however big?
Oh my god, he was being bribed to lose. Oh shit. Jack made a sound.
You might be able to buy people's hearts with money for a while, Leonard. There's no amount of mirror that'll let you buy their souls. The fact that Carlos accepted my offer is pretty solid proof of that. I'm guessing he wanted out a long time ago. Shh! What do you know?
Leonard gestured angrily, but then grudgingly added,
I'm pretty impressed, though. Admittedly, he wasn't alone. But it takes some skill to manipulate the outcome of races from right at the back. Old legend hasn't lost its touch, that's for sure.
It was at this point that Hallie spoke up. But if you'd arranged the outcome from the start, why did you go for a box instead of just a trifecta? And why not go all in and bet your last 100,000 Mira too? Leonard looked away.
Well, just to be on the safe side.
Jack's suspicions had proved right. Leonard knew as well as anyone that it was impossible to completely remove all unpredictable elements from a bet. I knew it. As such, his way was to exercise as many as humanly possible, and then take the surest and safest path to victory. He hadn't changed at all. Makes sense, Hallie said. Oh, makes sense, Hallie said. Too bad it cost you the victory, though. If you'd gone all in, you would have won too. Leonard's head snapped back around.
What?
He quickly did the sums in his head and realized the truth. If he had bet his entire 500,000, he would have had won 60 million, comfortably beating Jack's 55 million.
It's a mistake.
Leonard blurted out.
A mix-up. Subordinates bought the ticket with the wrong amount. I didn't lose. I couldn't possibly lose.
Save it, Leonard. Nike interjected coolly. You messed with the most popular car in the race, didn't you? You did an excellent job hiding the evidence. But no amount of hiding is going to be enough when someone already knows what you're going to do and can watch out for you. She pointed a perfect lacquered nail at him. I knew she was gonna betray him. I knew it. I fucking called it! You've been getting away with things for a long time, but not anymore. They all stared at her.
What are you talking about?
Leonard sputtered.
What are you suggesting?
It's probably faster to just show you, she said. Come on in. At Nike's signal, a number of men in black suits entered the VIP room. They weren't Leonard's men, though, and said they surrounded him as underlings.
This is the end of line for you, Leonard. You've already taken the rest of your men into custody.
Leonard wasn't the only one baffled by what was happening.
Nike? What are you?
Began a puzzled Jack. Oh,
Nike? What are you?
that was Jack, okay. With a laugh, Nike took a pair of glasses from her pocket, placed them on her nose, and addressed him directly. I should probably introduce myself, shouldn't I? Being an actress is my primary occupation. I'm actually a member of the Rocksmith Agency, an intelligence group which answers directly to the president. Damn, she's a super spy. Right alongside her. Oh my god. Oh my god. I wonder if the real version of this is gonna be her. Oh my god. If Nike is based on her, I wonder if this is like actually supposed to be Kilika, but the book changed it to Nike. I do wonder. Jack and Hallie could only gape at her in shock. Wait. Oh, that's the end. I was trying to turn the page. Oh my god. Oh, it's finale, the aftermath. That's it. Leonard was led away without a struggle by Nike's elite subordinates. He stood accused of fixing all 7 of the races that took place that day, as well as hindering many of the teams who took part in them and damaging their property, along with a host of other crimes. Either way, it seemed as though he would have a lot to answer for. Unfortunately, it seemed that Carlos, the winner of the 7th race, was also to be tried as a co-conspirator for having gone along with Leonard's plans. A week later, everything was back to normal in the bar where Jack and Hallie spent most of their time in the Eastern Quarter. Everything except for the fact that Jack was actually reading a newspaper anyway. He was looking at an article about Leonard's arrest. Hallie, meanwhile, was pretending to be a bartender. Or rather, practicing being one. Oh yeah, she said all of a sudden. Hey Jack, what happened to that 55 million mirror you won anyway? He shook his head sadly.
Gone like a bad bet, sad to say. Nike took it. It was regarded as mirror obtained through illegal means or some such.
Ah, too bad.
You're telling me.
The 110,000 mirror he had a friend win, meanwhile, hadn't been confiscated. But Jack had already made up his mind that it would all go to Carlos one day. It was his after all.
You sure you're okay with handing over that memory quartz, though?
Jack asked her. She nodded. Yeah. The last thing I want is someone else after me because of it. Yeah, it does feel like more of an episode of a show. Yeah, this one. After Leonard was apprehended, Jack had left it up to Hallie to decide whether she wanted to do what she wanted to do with the memory quartz full of incriminating information that King had left her. She had elected to hand it over to Nike. King had intended it to act as a shield for Hallie if she ended up getting involved in the underworld. But that very safeguard had placed her life in danger, and now an even larger number of people knew it existed. Simply too dangerous for her to hold on to. Originally, the only ones who knew about the memory quartz existence were Jack and Nike, although only Jack had known that it had been incorporated into the necklace. Nike had only found out when Hallie told her in the bar. Now that everything was over, Jack couldn't help but suspect that Nike's true aim all along had been to obtain that, and not Leonard's arrest. Oh wow. Dun dun dun. So, what was the code to open that thing anyway? Hallie asked.
You really want to know?
Sure do. Jack cleared his throat, embarrassed.
It was my beloved Hallie. I never met a more doting father than your old man.
Taken completely surprised by his answer, a single tear rolled down Hallie's cheek. As a gambler, she was first rate, but in every other respect, she was still an ordinary girl. She wiped the tear away and then spoke again, her tone carrying no trace of the sadness she must feel. Ah. Hey, Jack, I've got a favor I'd like to ask you. Just as she spoke, however, the door opened again and let out its usual piercing shriek. Through it came Nike wearing the glasses she had been the glasses she had been the glasses she had been wearing when they last saw her, and a pair of casual jeans instead of a fancy dress. Without preamble, she said, "Hey there, Jack." Oh my gosh, she's inviting him to the Avengers Initiative! Oh my god! Oh my god! Without preamble, she said, "Hey there, Jack, I've got a proposal for you. How does working again as a team strike you?" "Hey, I was just about to ask him that!" cried Hallie, not wanting to miss her chance. Jack sighed. The future, it seemed, was full of trouble. Oh my god! Oh my gosh! Yes! She's inviting him to the Avengers Initiative! It's totally happening! Alright, you guys, now that was a really nice read. Now, the only place where, oh yeah, I forgot to talk to Heinrich, yep.
Wait, could those books be? By any chance that complete Counter Jack 2 collection, The Revenge?
Yeah, but
I knew it! So, have you read it already? What do you think of it? Interesting?
I guess. I wasn't really in the mood for stories in Calvert, but other than that, I thought it was fine. Why do you ask? Are you a fan?
How dare you imply that I've an interest in mass market rubbish like that? And such an enemy country, no less. No, I mustn't be so quick to judge. Risha Mao gave the series a wholehearted recommendation in an interview, so there must be something of worth in these pages.
Risha Mao? The cross-bellin performer? Yeah, I'd nearly forgotten about his celebrity crush.
I'm glad to see you haven't forgotten her name. That's good, very good. Her recommendation spurred within me an infinitesimal interest in these books, but finding them has posed quite a challenge. I finally managed to acquire copies of the original and read them cover to cover, but the sequel continues to escape my grasp.
Well, that's a shame. He's eyeing these books like a starving animal. Maybe I should just give them to him. Yeah, if you really want, I'd be happy to give you my copies.
Are you sure?
Of course, I've already read them, and I'm not exactly chomping at the bit to read them again.
Rean handed over Gambler Jack 2.
Well, if you insist, I suppose it'd be rude of me to refuse an offer from a student. Very well, we'll take the extra litter off your hands.
I think that's probably a heartfelt thank you in Heinrich speak.
I should give you something in return, though, shouldn't I? Very well.
Samurian ore.
Samurian ore? I can't believe it. If you don't mind me asking, how did you end up with this?
It's an antique that has passed down in my family for generations. It's hardly valuable enough for me to call it an heirloom, and I never thought of it anything more than an odd stone. From what I hear, however, in the right hands it can be used to customize weapons. It's not doing any good in my possession, obviously, but it might do well in yours.
Well, if you insist, if you're sure. Thank you very much. I'll make sure to put it to proper use.
Glad to hear it. As for these books, I suppose I'll read them after you succeed in your operation tomorrow. So make sure that you come back safely, and not for my reading pressure alone.
We will.
All right, we got it. There we go. Now, it's time!
Oh, God. Here we go. We already agreed to this. There's no pressure. No pressure. Just absolutely positively 1,000.
Wait, we can talk to Valimar? Where the fuck is Valimar? I didn't know we could go outside of Trista. Wait, where? Oh, there he is.
Hey, Valimar.
Oh, it's voiced.
Hello, Rean.
I came to see how you're holding up. Sure was a surprise when you offered, but thanks for volunteering to serve as a lookout.
Not a problem. Perhaps you and your friends have influenced me to some degree.
Even Valimar has the ha-has now. Oh my god.
Each and every one of you have come a long way to take this place back. I simply wish for you to be able to dedicate this evening to celebrating that achievement.
Thanks. You know, looking back, I never figured the day would come when I'd be able to have a natural conversation with you like this. You've changed a lot in that regard.
Yeah.
You've gone from sounding mechanical to dignified, I suppose.
I've been working to gradually recover my memories over time.
Damn. Did Valimar, like, used to be a person or something?
And while still fragmented, I am now able to recollect specific memories from my past.
Oh, damn.
Really? Does that mean you remember some of what happened before you went to sleep in the old schoolhouse?
Correct. I went to sleep 250 years, 128 days ago. And my previous awakener was a man known as Drykel's Arner.
Oh, so, okay, so Drykel's was indeed part of the Arner. Well, I guess that makes sense.
Wow.
So I guess that means that Rean would be related to Olivier.
So it really was Drykel's, huh? I had my suspicions when I saw that memory in the last shrine, but I didn't want to assume.
I believe you resonated with the memories that reside within the proving grounds.
Yep.
Drykel's visited the spirit shrines as you did. In each one, he obtained the same ore with which to forge his weapon.
Damn.
Advanced upon the same capital.
Wow.
And it was there, with many allies at his side, that he laid the war to rest in one final confrontation.
It's kind of eerie how similar our paths are, but it makes me feel a little self-conscious too, in a way. I doubt we're doing all this half as well as he did. What kind of person was he, anyway?
He was an open-minded, composed, and driven man. Full of bravery and daring, and in some ways, an enigma. Yet for those he met, he was ever kind and merciful. He had dignity in measure with his stature, and still at times, one could see in his eyes the glimmer of a child's.
He was really something, wasn't he?
That pretty much exactly describes you, Rean.
Hearing you talk about him, I don't know if I could be anything like he was.
Rean, that's literally you.
But maybe if I were, I'd be able to do more for everyone.
Hello, Deliculum, welcome to the stream.
There is little need in striving to be something you are not.
Huh?
Since my awakening, I have watched over you. I have seen you grow as a person. Drykel strengths. You, though different, possess strengths no less great. Just as he attracted his own supporters, so too have you gained those who would choose to stand by your side and no other. Take pride of those who would become your sword, for not even kings can buy the loyalty you earn.
Thanks, Valimar.
Wow.
You're right. I should focus on improving myself as I am, rather than try to become someone I'm not. Seeing as how I'm fighting for my future and to bring home my friend, it wouldn't make sense to be anyone else, really. Oh, yeah. It sounds like the Tachi will be done by morning. So if you're up for it, I think we should test it out tomorrow. I'll be counting on you, Valimar.
I shall do all within my power.
Aww. Well, that was a really cool scene. Everyone's encouraging Rean. Yeah, this is a really great skybox. I really love it. Seriously, really great, really good.
All right. Moment of truth, moment of truth. Here we go. No pressure.
Oh, you guys are all up here?
Hi, Rean. Hey. Nice night, isn't it?
It's a little on the chilly side, but it still feels pretty nice since there's no breeze out.
Hello, Christian Kim. Welcome to the stream.
Oh yeah, you're right.
We're finally back here. Yeah, gotta admit, seeing it again's making me feel all emotional.
Hello, JT. Welcome to the stream.
No doubt. Especially since, unlike the rest of us, you guys were last here during the festival.
You're probably feeling lonely with Crow missing. Toa, George, Angelica, I want to thank you.
Huh?
What for?
You guys have helped us out so much. There's no way we could have gone that far without you. If it were just us first years, I don't think things would have gone half as well. So, on behalf of everyone here, thank you for everything you've done.
We should be the ones thanking you.
Yeah. Think about all the work Class 7 put into this and try saying that again.
Exactly. You guys even helped me deal with my old man. Where would I be without you?
I guess. But for the record, we've needed you just as much as you say you need us, you know.
That is absolutely true. You guys were like invaluable.
You shouldered the most responsibility on the Courageous, the ship that carried us and our dreams this far. And I'm gonna need you to keep watching our backs tomorrow. You think you can do that for us?
Like you even had to ask.
We'll be right there with you.
We would never abandon you after we've come this far together.
Thanks. I get this feeling like tomorrow's going to mark a turning point for us. Whether the Imperial Army's operation is a success or a failure, it feels like the time for me to fight Crow is almost here.
Yep.
That's true.
Yeah, he won't let a chance like this just waltz on by.
And this time, I'm not going to let him win. I'll beat him, drag him right back here, and force him to finally graduate with you.
You sure that's even possible, Rean?
That's not going to be...
I'm well aware that it won't be easy, but everyone, not just me, wants the four of you together again. Class 7 managed to reunite, right? Now it's your turn.
Wow, that is it. That's gonna be difficult. Like, not the part about beating Crow, although that will be hard, like, canonically. But, like, being able to reintegrate him in, like, with everyone else.
You're amazing, Rean.
In the school. Oh my god!
And if you say that's what you're gonna do, I've got no reason to doubt you. Good luck.
Tomorrow's operation is sounding crazier by the minute.
Seriously. I better hope I can finish polishing off that Tachi.
Conversation finally finished. Home back to the student council room. Oh, she's in the student council room. After saying their goodbyes, Rose and Angelica departed from the engineering building. Okay. No pressure! Alright, you guys, just 1 second. Alright, so I should probably talk to, George and Angelica first. I just need to, just quickly start to get my son ready for school. Just hold on a second. I'll be right back. Alright, back. Tomorrow's gonna be a big day for all of us. I don't even know if I'll be able to sleep. I want the courageous to bring hope to peoples of this land. But even more than that, I want us to get Crow back.
Man, it's good to be back. You didn't think about how many hours the four of us spent here together. Hard to get back, okay, Rean?
I will. Alright.
Oh, she went to the student council room.
Here we go. Come to think of it, this is the room where I first met her. Oh, man.
We're going over tomorrow's operation again, just to make sure everyone's on the same page. Gotta make sure everything's perfect. It feels like we're holding the Imperial Army's success or failure in our hands.
It really does. But there's no way we're gonna let them down.
That's right. And it's gonna take all of us in the Academy to pull it off.
And now that you promised to bring back Crow, I can't afford to give my part any less than my all.
Same goes for me. It's gonna be tough, but I know we can do this. Oh boy.
Oh, Rean, there's something I want to ask you. Would you be willing to show me around your class's dormitory later tonight?
Huh? What brought this on?
Well, we are finally back in Trista. And I've always wanted to see what it's like inside. Beyond where I leave the requests, I mean. Can you blame me? You've lived there for a long time now, and tonight seems like the perfect time to see it.
Well... hell yes! Fine by me. I'll give you the grand tour.
Really? Thanks. I'll be there as soon as I get the chance. See you later.
I'll over to the dorm once I finish everything else. Oh my god, and I did finish everything else! Ah! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god. Come to think of it, we actually met outside the front gate of the school, didn't we? But in the student council rooms where I fell in love with her, so that's where... So that's what really counts. Let's go! Well, I promised I'd meet Toa here. And said, wait already.
What do you mean a book on the shelf? What the fuck are you talking about? A book?
I think I'm kind of early.
Wait, I missed, what book? What do you mean book? Oh, I think there was a note for Heinrich that I missed.
You and your classmates are truly incorrigible, irresponsible. Did you never at any point even think of what might have happened if you'd gotten hurt staging an operation like that?
Well, yeah, but...
Oh, the house near the river has a book on the shelf? Oh my god.
Doesn't even have that much to drink. He's starting to get started this morning.
What's worse is that you're even corrupting the other classes. If Class 7 had never been cooked up, the other class students of the Academy never would have debased themselves by doing something so insane. Absolutely never. I know you could hear me, Instructor Valstein. Oh, this is your fault, I hope you know.
Ah, come on. You can't blame me for every little thing that happens at the Academy, can you? Okay. So the house by the river. Unbelievable. Why would anyone think to do this? Seriously. Driving for everyone. Car magazine. Really nice paint job. Oh, it's just a car paint. Alright. No more putting this off. Here we go!
Thanks for inviting me here, Rean.
And thank you for coming by. Guess you're all done with work?
Yep, the other student council members said they don't mind splitting what's left between themselves. I wanted to stay longer, but it was hard for me to say no after they insisted I take the rest of the night off.
Can't blame them there. You've always been a workaholic.
Sure is nice being back in here. I mean, I never lived with you guys, but I would drop by all the time to deliver your requests on free days.
And you always had to do it so early in the morning, too. I can't count how many times you went out of your way for me. Well, while we're here, how about I give you a tour? I'm curious how things are upstairs, too.
Why not?
Yeah, I miss this place so much, too.
So, that was the room Crow lived in for the 2.5 months he was here, huh? He lived with the rest of us in our dorm before that, but he seemed to have way more fun with all of you. I was a little jealous of him, to be honest.
I know, you totally should have been here!
Really?
If Crow was going to come back anywhere in Trista, it'd be here. What with how it connects all of you, and even me, Angie, and George, I doubt there's anywhere in Erebonia he'd rather be.
Yeah, you're right. I doubt he feels like he belongs while he's with the Alliance anyway, which is why I fully intend to honor my promise to drag him back here.
And I can't wait to see him graduate. It really is amazing just how dependable you've become.
Ah!
When I first met you, I had no idea I would end up relying on you so much. Even after, I never thought you could handle it all.
Oh my god!
I suppose we both had weird first impressions of each other, didn't we? I'm not proud of it, but I totally didn't believe you were a second year when we first met. That being said, you were quick to prove me wrong. You're so capable and reliable.
Thanks. But there's something I want you to remember, Rean.
Like?
I really do think you're amazing. And not just because of all you did at the Academy. You were chosen by Valimar. And you've gone through all kinds of scary experiences as a result. You've made a difference to the lives of so many. And you're surrounded by people who see you as their leader. But no matter what happens, no matter what you're up against, I don't want you to forget that you're only human like the rest of us. I don't really believe there are natural-born heroes out there who are superior to everyone else. And I don't think you're an exception. So don't feel like you have to shoulder everyone's problems by yourself.
Oh my god!
We're all here with you if you need us. There's no shame in asking for help or relying on others if you need to, okay?
Absolutely.
Wow. Thank you for saying that. Really, talking to you gives me a sense of ease in a way nothing else can. You're always willing to accept people for who they are, strengths, flaws, and all.
I don't know about that.
Oh, she's fluttering!
It was only because you were there to support me that I was able to start accepting myself for who I really am. That I was able to try and keep moving forward as I am instead of losing faith in myself. So, thank you for everything.
I'm happy to hear you say that. It's weird. Now more than ever, I feel so glad I was able to become Thor's student council president. If I hadn't, I might have never met you. I doubt I would have ever been feeling like this.
Yes!
Like...
Rean, can you
Yes!
sit down?
Yes! Oh god, she's too short! Oh no, no, god. Hello, Kirby, why is it? Oh god!
Huh? Like this?
Oh, she's gonna headbutt! Oh! 'Cause, 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 'cause,
worry. I'm sure everything will work out just fine. We might not be heroes, but that's all the more reason we'll see this through to the end without giving up. And we'll do it without losing a single one of us along the way.
Right.
Oh my god! Woo! There we go! Yes! Oh my god. Hell yeah, strengthened. Oh yes, even further beyond. You're a towable, hell yeah! Woo! Alright, the last day. Oh, it's all snowy. We've never seen Trista like this. Oh, that was amazing! I can't wait to see how they progress in future games! Fuck the whole reset thing. Oh, I really hope Toa's in future games too, as much. Oh god. I hope she's in it more than she was in this game. Oh my god. Hey, Lyndon Vivi. A ballista? Oh no, that's a sword.
This is amazing.
Hello, foreplay. Alisa's is the only one that has a kiss. Ah, I thought it might be something like that.
You really were able to forge Valimar a new Tachi from Zamorian ore.
Bah! Of course I was. It's a massive weapon totaling over 7 arch in length. Its uncommon shape made refining and processing ore exceedingly difficult, to say the least, but it was done. I doubt I would have been able to do it enough with the help of that stubborn old student of mine over there.
I might watch them later. I might. On my own. I might.
You're the least qualified person on this entire continent to call anyone else stubborn.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm with you, Instructor.
It sure was a shock to learn that you were also a former student of the professor's, Instructor Makarov. I heard you were once a student at the Ruhr Institute of Technology, but I never connected the dots.
And that's how I preferred it, too. Oh, that was a long, long time ago. I'll never be able to fathom why the two of you chose not to stay and study more under me. The offer still stands, however. I know talent where I see it.
Oh, I couldn't possibly. I don't have half the talent to keep up with you.
Laura has a kiss and Sarah kisses Rean's cheek. Oh, I see. Huh.
Give it to him straight, George, or it won't get through that damn near impenetrable skull of his. Tell him you'd go insane if you had to spend years working with an arrogant, self-centered prick like him.
Uh-oh. Still, what a beautiful blade it is. The radiance of it is simply dazzling. Ain't nothing out there like Zamorian ore.
It's probably not as sharp as something a real swordsmith would make, though. None of us are smiths by profession. But Valimar should find easier to use than any weapon he could have taken from a soldat, and that's what counts.
Alright then, let's give it a try.
Hey, and it looks like it matches Valimar too. That's really cool. Ah, resonance.
Whoa.
They're resonating with one another? They sure are! How beautiful! It truly is astounding.
You look so cool, Valimar.
I'm not sure what's happening, but it's amazing, all right.
I think we finally have a chance.
Feedback process with new armament complete. I do indeed feel that this is easier to wield than previous armaments.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
You think this'll do the trick?
Yep, I had high expectations, but this shattered them.
That's me and Cold Steel right there.
I think I finally stand a chance against him now. Professor Schmidt, Instructor Makarov, George, thank you all so much for what you've done.
Save your thanks. I only did what I did to satisfy my curiosity. Whatever you do now, I'm done is no concern to me.
He's not being modest either, Rean. He really means that.
That's just how he is. Same deal with the railway guns, the soldats, and the orbital jamming device. As soon as work is done, he loses interest completely and is off to find something else to do. Something wrong with that? All that said, I think the preparations are now finally complete.
Yes, sir. I think it's about time I go and get everyone.
And the fated moment has finally arrived.
The current time is 0630 hours. Everyone should gather here again at 0730 hours. Make sure you're all wearing what I gave you earlier, too.
Right!
They're slowly building up the romances, I can see. Is it like they want the romance arcs to be in their own little sub-universe for the final bonding events and last throughout the 4 games is how I see it. Like, they're starting slow and like they're building with each game. I can kind of see it, how that works. I would have really preferred it to be integrated into the story. Oh, here we go, the scene from the opening! The scene from the opening, here we go! Oh, we got armbands. Oh, he doesn't get a voice.
Good. Instructor Sarah, Instructor Thomas, Instructor Makarov.
We leave them in your capable hands.
Understood.
Don't you worry. We'll take good care of them. Just leave them to us.
Why doesn't Van Dyke have a voice? This is so weird!
Students of Thor's Military Academy, I'm sure most of you remember what...
Like, he had a voice in the first game.
Most of you remember was once imparted to you during your respective welcoming ceremonies. Arise, O youth, and become the foundation of this world. These are the words of Emperor Tricles, the man who ended the War of the Lions and founded this very academy. I asked you to consider what the world he refers to is, and what qualities one must possess in order to be its foundation. I imagine that you each had your own thoughts in response. However, I ask that you not make the mistake of assuming that foundation is synonymous with sacrifice. I believe that it is by walking side by side with others, opening a path and treading down it that one does this. As such, I have but one very simple message for each and every one of you to remember. Return alive. Welcome spring's arrival with one another. And when the time comes, fly the nest with one another. And to that end, I wish you victory.
May Adios and Drykles the Lionheart be with you all. And please, come back here safe and unharmed.
Hello, Roxas. Welcome to the stream.
Our objective is to rescue His Majesty the Emperor, as well as those who were captured with him. Everyone, move out!
Woo!
Understood.
Hell yeah, Rean termination slash dawn. Holy shit, that's like some freaking red mist type move. My god. Wow. Oh my god. Jeez. Surface air temperature is 5 degrees. Humidity 13%. There's a north-northwesterly wind blowing at 11 APH. Incoming messages from both 3rd and 4th Armored Divisions. They're past the Schwarzstrock barrier in Trista, moving into formation about 100 cells from Heimdall. Main cannons and secondary armaments are good to go. Ready for battle at any time.
All engines are operating normally.
All crew members present and accounted for. Ready to begin the operation on your command.
Understood. Sounds like we're all ready to go. Still, it doesn't look like we're going to be hearing anything from Prince Oliver. Indeed, there's been no word from Father either. They probably got their hands full in the West. It's starting to get really hectic there from what I've heard. I've asked Mick to try and get in contact with Toval, but I'm not banking on him succeeding.
It's too bad.
It would have been great to have them here too.
There's no point in lamenting what we don't have. Right. All we can do is make the best out of our current situation.
Yep, I'm with them.
Still, the battle doesn't begin until midday. We still got time. If there's anything you want to take care of, now's your chance. Anything spring to mind?
Now that you mention it, we could literally talk to everyone in Ereboni. So, are there any new requests for us to take care of?
There are, in fact. Hold on when I get them up. Oh my god! Is this the final set of side quests? Wow! My god, don't what? No, oh god!
While we speak of serpents, what does spring to mind but the fell Jormungand? But in truth, I have my own glorious serpent I bring out to parties on special occasions. In fact...
Oh my god.
Rean, this is Major Vander. Pay no attention to the prince and just kill the monster.
Oh my god! Saxon violence. There was a woman from Ruhr.
Well, there once was a woman from Ruhr. When I saw her, I wanted to woo her. She gave me a slap when I sat in her lap. Now I have one lover fewer. Oh, I love composing a clever verse.
Oh, it's another monster. Okay. Nord by Northeast. I love the. Oh my god.
The hills are alive, deering with the sound of monsters. The Highland, to be more precise, and I'd like you to look into it personally. I hope your skills haven't plateaued yet, because you'll have to fly like, dare I say it, the wind to deal with this threat.
Ymir, far, wherever you are. Oh my god. This is truly Olivier writing all these fucking lines.
Danger strikes close to home for young Rean, with a strange beast stirring up strife in the past Ymir. Will he answer the call? Will his sister be impressed with his manly feats of strength? Will anyone actually read this? Find out next time on Cold Steel Little Monsters.
I think we can handle these just killing monsters.
Right. None of them seem like they would take too long. Whether you do them or not is totally up to you, but getting ready for battle should be top priority. I know you've gotten the hang of reporting to Prince Oliver, but seeing as we can't contact him, you just report to me.
It may be the last chance you have to get maintenance done on your orbits too. You need anything, let me know.
We will, thank you. There's no such thing as being too prepared for this.
Finale! Forward relentlessly! Speak to Toe and set Clemens up. Last time to destroy you and avoid the courageous. Oh my god, we're really doing this. No one possible to take advantage of visit other towns. Oh, so these are the last final NPC rounds next time, you guys. Oh my god. Wow. All questions of and trial tests become permanently unavailable. We got all those. Oh, you will have another. Really? What? Buy items constantly will not be for some. Really? Oh my god. Well, we can't put Toa. Fucking hell. God. Alright, you guys. Well, this will do it for today. Oh my god. Woo! Next time, the final NPC rounds. Oh my god. In the whole goddamn world. I don't know if we're gonna finish it in one stream. Then again, it's gonna be a Saturday, so maybe we will. Tomorrow with some more Enfield. So yeah. Whew, yeah. We'll see if we can get those rounds done tomorrow. I don't know if we can, but it'll be the final NPC rounds. Woo! So until then, I will say so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. You're all the sweetest of